Right, so I know GCSEs are coming up next week. I did my GCSEs, I got my results this time last year, so I thought I'd make a YouTube video talking about how I got all 9s in GCSEs. So, beginning, I'm telling you what, just finished year 12, A-levels, and I did maths, economics and geography, aspiring to do PP at university. So essentially I'm going to detail step by step what I did and what I think will be helpful, and even some of the things I feel like I could have done to achieve the grades that I did in GCSEs, and this will definitely help anyone who's trying to do that or something similar. Stay tuned to the end, comment, like and subscribe, and thank you. Alright, so I know it's easy for someone to just say they got all 9s and then make a YouTube video about it. So essentially I got some proof there. That default English language is a distinction star, which is the highest you can get for the speaking. So yeah. With my actual result, as well as like the newsletter, like, because the school, like you do the school newspaper type thing, and then you go on, like, if you do really want GCSEs. So basically, like, if you doubted, yeah, it's here. So step 1, you have to aim. I know that seems so basic, but trust me, the amount of people that go into GCSEs or A-levels without having a correct objective or aim or going to any facet of life is astronomical. It doesn't make sense for you to go in somewhere and not actually have an aim of what you're doing. Do you get what I mean? So I remember early year 10, when I still lived in London, I was like, okay, I want 3 7s, 3 8s and 3 9s. Midway through year 10, I think I wanted 3 7s, no. Please ignore my mumbling, I'm just, yeah. 2 7s, 4 8, no. Wait, 2 7s, 3 8s and 4 9s, or something along those lines. Then end of year 10, because I'll talk about this later when I actually talk about my whole GCSE process. I did like mini mocks. This was 2020 COVID, and I did mini mocks at home, and then I got my teachers to mark it, and I ended up getting, I believe, 1 8 in English language, and then the rest 9s. So at that point I was like, okay, I want 1 8 and 8 9s. So and then year 11, like for the whole year 11, I was like, no, I want all 9s. I didn't just want all 9s. In every single test, I wanted like 90%, 95%, things like that. So I think having an aim at every single, stage is important. It doesn't matter if at the beginning you're like, cool, I want, a 7 or 6 or whatever, that's fine. But then you're gonna realize as you go along, as you start getting those, you want to improve, you want to get better. And to get the point, trust me, you won't even want a 9. You want 90%, because a 9 is like 80%. You want 87%, 9%, 92, 94. You just keep pushing yourself. So make sure you set an aim, super important. So I'm going to tell a quick story. So, okay, so this, picture it, 2019, around October. So I moved from London to where I live now, in Cambridgeshire. So think about this, I come into the new school, and the first day, I get hit with an English language test. Damn! So I'm writing, oh, can I have more people, and everyone's thinking, oh, this kid's smart, so I'm thinking, yeah, like, I've got this. I get the test back, and I remember we did rankings, so like the teacher would, every time they'll flip PowerPoint slides, they'll show who got 9, I don't think anyone got 9, but an 8 or 7 or whatnot. I remember it was like 8s, okay, 7s. I was like, okay, 6, I don't want a 6, but whatever, 6, 5, and then she was and I'm like, wait, what? Did I see 4? Did I see my name? I'm like, I was so confused, because I was like, I patterned it, but then I didn't understand that there was a structure to it, right? There's a method to the madness. Leaving my old school in London, my first business test, meant to be the easiest GCSE. I got a 4, my first business test, year 10. In my new school now in Cambridgeshire, my first chemistry test, I remember I think I got a 7, I just scraped the 7. My first biology test, I got a 6. And trust me, it wasn't that I started off year 10 banging 90%, I started off with 40%, but then I figured it out on the way it was harder, but that's why making it easier for you guys going into year 10 or going into year 11, or even going to year 12 or year 13. It's the same mindset, it's the same process. You just have to set an aim, you have to have a structure. and yeah, it definitely helps. Okay, now we're back to the steps. Second step, this one's super important. You have to understand the structure of your course subject. So I did maths, English language, English lit, biochem, physics, electrical science, business studies, religious studies, and geography. So I did 9 sessions. I did 9 GCSEs, right? Yeah, GCSEs. And with each one, there's a different structure, you know, for you to secure. So maths will have a specific way, English will have a specific way, sciences, humanities, you know, business, whatnot. So essentially, you have to understand. First step, make sure you know your exam board. If you don't know your exam board, then you won't be able to do anything. Then the next one, make sure you check the specification. Why would you not want to know what they want you to know from the top grade? The specification tells you what you need to know, bro. It's there. And then the other thing I'd say is try and go on eBay, try and get a revision guide. Me, since I have an older sister, she gave me her revision guides, so that was okay. But I didn't even use a revision guide much. I basically used specification. Obviously, you know the exam board. I use my school notes. All of the people thinking I'm just going to cruise during school and revise at home. You know, your book notes are super important because that's your first process of learning. Then you condense later. Then make sure you also use like online resources, which I will, you know, talk about later. YouTube videos. I try and find YouTubers for every single subject. Certain ones I couldn't find. So you got your free science lessons, Corbett Maths, Maths Genie, and it makes you do practice questions and past papers as much as possible, especially for your maths and your sciences, because those are the ones where you get the short questions and things like that. Essay plans for business, geography, and RS are super important, and actual timed essays are super important. So just make sure you understand the structure. If you don't have the structure, you're going into a battle blind. You're not going to get the grade you want because you don't know what they want you to do. They don't want you to memorize. Like, it's not horrible to memorize it. No, it's not horrible. It's difficult, but it's not supremely difficult for you to just memorize and remember content. Like, that doesn't make sense. Okay, what can you do with the content? What good is it for you to memorize it if you can't do anything with it? That's why it's important you bang out practice questions. Banging out practice questions means that you can answer them. They literally give you, like, Tom, this is what we did last year. This is what we did the year before. So I was like, oh, so they're probably going to do it next year. It's going to be the exact same question, the same style, the same methods, the same plan and the structure. That's why you got to make sure you understand the structure. That's super important. I can't stress that enough. Alright, so the third step is set a structured plan. So, like, I will talk about this later, but in year 10, my plans, goodness, man, I didn't even have plans. I just literally, because the thing is, it was peak because I came to the new school around December, so I'd already missed September, October, November, 3-4 months, and that's not horrible, you can catch up, but I think mentally I was just so drained, and physically that I was trying to, like, okay, I need to revise. You got to have them both. Short term, okay, I'm going to revise for this specific test, do my practice questions. What I would always do is, when I would come home, this is during year 11 when I sorted everything out and understood things, I would essentially, I'm going to talk about this more later, I would essentially, like, condense my school notes that I did that specific day. So Monday, every single subject, I'll condense everything. I'm trying to understand it. And I'll also memorize it. You don't have to memorize it. Looking back, I just wasted hours memorizing. You don't have to do that. Condense it. It shouldn't take more than 20 minutes per subject. So we're talking about 20 times 100 minutes. You know, nearly 2 hours. That's alright. A day. Right, from beginning of year 11. That's calm. You don't get time, you can do that. Right. Then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, what I would do is I'll get out my specification, school notes, watch YouTube videos, then check textbooks last, and then use online resources. So essentially like physics and maths tutor. So then once you do that, you build a structure with a plan and stick to it. Be disciplined with it. And the fourth step that people probably hear a lot, and I heard this a lot, and I hated this step because for me it was like, oh, what does that mean? Find the revision method. I know I've heard a lot of different things. You got flashcards, you got normal, you got, is it Pandora method? Like, I don't even know, I'm not gonna lie. You got all the different revision methods, where like you revise 30 minutes, 2 over 5. Yeah, I never did that. To find what you feel like works for you. I can revise for long periods of time, and I don't get too mentally and physically drained. Other people do, and that's fine. Work for you. and stick to it. Be consistent with it. Like, you can watch other YouTube videos which I found out really useful. Ali Abdal, Educake, Jake Clark, but them three are like the main ones where I feel like they explain, especially Ali Abdal, in detail the different revision methods. So try them all out, see the ones you like, and just stick to it. So I nearly forgot, make sure you have rewards and breaks. That's really important. But don't do it excessively where you're now just on the thing for hours. But at the same time, revise, but don't do it excessively when you don't have rewards and breaks. It's all about the balance. All about the balance. At 5, I think this is the one that you find this in every facet of life. Whether it's starting doing a YouTube video or whatever, like starting a business, it's just getting started and being consistent. Like, it seems like, oh, I'm gonna get started, like, how am I gonna get this clean, how am I gonna do this? But once you actually get started, you deep that, okay, it goes way quicker than you think. Like, the process, it just starts building up, and it's not as hard as it seems. So literally just get started right now, be consistent with it, and you'll be fine. Don't get disheartened. You know, you probably won't get, I don't know, it depends. Some of you might, some of you might not. You know, and I guess that's 2 in 1. Don't compare yourself to people, and don't beat yourself up. You revise, you do the methods, you focus, and you get 6. Cool. You got the last test, you got 4. Progress. The next time you get an 8. Progress. But if you got that 6 and you cried and said, I can't do this, you would go back to the 4 and you'd never get to the 8. So trust me, just baby steps, be consistent. Now, the final, last step 6 is follow this channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, and stay updated. Turn on post notifications. Okay, so I hope you guys liked it and you took a lot away from it. Good luck in your exams. You guys got this. Keep going.